Poor record keeping by counties has actually been identified as a key hindrance to compliance with procurement requirements. Well, according to an assessment by the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, 13 counties had an aggregate score of 57.5%, which is considered marginally compliant. KTN's Brenda Kerubo unpacks the report.
During the fourth quarter of the 2018-2019 financial year, the Public Procurement Authority established that all the 13 procuring entities of counties had established procurement functions. All 13 counties had a common weakness in maintenance of procurement records. This include submission of mandatory reports on contract awards to the authority and lack of internal procurement policies to guide decision-making in procurement.
You take a marking scheme and say, how is your record keeping? How is the structure of your procurement department? Are they qualified professionals? How do you conduct your evaluations? How do you do your record keeping? How do you then report on awards? Do you report to all bidders on time? Do you have a transparent structure for reporting?
Compliance monitoring, we approach it in 3 different scenarios: either assessment, procurement audits, or procurement review, depending on the circumstances under the ground and what we have planned to do this time round.
Mandera County had the highest compliance score of 67% with a risk score of 33%. Nakuru was second with a compliance score of 61.3% and risk score of 38.7%. Taita Taveta County was the least compliant with a score of 33% and risk score of 67%.
The highest is the average was 57.5%. We consider it marginally compliant, but we're probably being very harsh. But it's a lot better than the average of the 30 counties last time, which I think was below 50%. So hopefully, with our efforts to enhance training and capacity building, this will achieve results.
At the same time, flaws in evaluations and specifications as well as delayed payments registered the highest number of complaints in the period under review. Counties have been on the spotlight with allegations of flouting procurement regulations.
The buck stops at many levels. Counties will have a genuine complaint that their budgetary release of funds are not happening on time. So we are actually going back to the procuring entities and saying, work backwards all the way to Treasury and say, this money must be released on time.
Recent investigations cases presented by the authority include fraudulent tenders at Kenya Power, contract variation on the Dandora Stadium project in Nairobi County, and fraudulent tenders at the National Hospital Insurance Fund, among others. Brenda Kerubo, KTN News.